Part 1: The Descent into Darkness. In the year 2022, a team of researchers was assembled to investigate the lingering mysteries of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. The crew, consisting of Dr. Viktor Novak, a renowned physicist, Dr. Elena Romanova, a fearless biologist, Alexei Petrov, a seasoned photographer, Natalia Volkova, an experienced geologist, and Dmitry Ivanov, a tech expert, arrived at the abandoned city. Their mission was to study the long-term effects of radiation on the environment and any potential paranormal phenomena. As they ventured deeper into the desolate wasteland, a sense of foreboding engulfed them. The crumbling buildings stood as haunting reminders of the disaster that had occurred decades ago. Their days were spent exploring the ruins, capturing photographs, collecting samples, and documenting their findings. As the nights descended upon them, the crew would gather around a campfire, sharing ghost stories and legends that had been whispered throughout the years. But as their research progressed, peculiar incidents began to unfold. Strange whispers echoed through the corridors of the abandoned buildings, and shadows danced menacingly in the corner of their vision. Equipment malfunctioned inexplicably, and unsettling figures seemed to materialize briefly before vanishing into thin air. One fateful night, while camped near the reactor, the crew experienced an unprecedented event. The air grew thick with an unnatural stillness, and an eerie green glow emanated from the reactor's core. Unbeknownst to them, a convergence of paranormal energies was taking place, drawing them into the heart of an otherworldly enigma. Driven by their insatiable curiosity, the crew pressed on. They stumbled upon a hidden underground facility, concealed from the prying eyes of the world. It was a labyrinth of dimly lit corridors, filled with rows of dusty laboratory equipment and faded documents. Deep within the recesses of the facility, they discovered a room filled with files that revealed the existence of an experiment known as Project Elysium. The project sought to harness the paranormal energies that permeated Chernobyl and tap into an interdimensional gateway. As they delved further into the files, the crew learned about a scientist named Dr. Mikhail Orlov, who had initiated the ill-fated project. Driven by his obsession with unraveling the mysteries of the universe, Dr. Orlov had conducted dangerous experiments that defied ethical boundaries. The crew's curiosity compelled them to reawaken the dormant project. Ignoring the warnings and the dangers they faced, they reactivated the machine, hoping to peer into the forbidden realms beyond. Part 2: The Unleashing of Darkness. As the machine hummed to life, the air crackled with anticipation. The crew watched in awe as a pulsating vortex materialized, revealing glimpses of twisted dimensions. It was a gateway to realms beyond comprehension, but they were not prepared for the horrors that lay beyond. With each passing moment, the portal grew wider, and the veil between worlds thinned. A cold wind howled through the underground facility, carrying with it whispers of ancient evils and unspeakable dread. Shadows writhed, and malignant forces began to seep into their world. The crew's initial sense of wonder and discovery morphed into a desperate fight for survival. They found themselves caught in a nightmarish realm, where reality warped and twisted with no semblance of order. Time became an incomprehensible concept, and gravity itself seemed to fluctuate at will. As they traversed the twisted dimensions, they encountered grotesque creatures that defied description. These abominations were amalgamations of flesh and nightmares, driven by an insatiable hunger for human souls. The crew fought valiantly, using every ounce of their strength and ingenuity to stay alive. In the midst of the chaos, Dr. Viktor Novak stumbled upon a shocking revelation. He discovered that the true purpose of Project Elysium was not to explore other dimensions but to bring forth an ancient entity known as Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos. Dr. Orlov, consumed by his thirst for knowledge, had unwittingly become a vessel for Nyarlathotep, who had manipulated the scientists to unleash chaos upon the world. The crew's meddling had inadvertently played into the hands of the malevolent entity. Part 3: The Twist Unveiled. As the crew fought desperately against the horrors that surrounded them, a glimmer of hope emerged. Dmitry Ivanov, the tech expert, realized that the machine powering the interdimensional gateway held the key to their escape. By recalibrating its energy output, they could reverse the portal's effects and seal it shut. With the odds stacked against them, the crew rallied together for one final, desperate plan. They embarked on a perilous journey to reach the machine's control center, battling their way through hordes of nightmarish monstrosities. Finally, they reached their destination, a room bathed in an otherworldly glow. Driven by determination, they executed the plan flawlessly, reconfiguring the machine to overload its power source. As the machine reached its critical point, the crew felt a seismic jolt ripple through the dimensions. The gateway began to collapse, tearing apart the twisted realms and sealing Nyarlathotep away. A blinding burst of light engulfed the crew, and they found themselves back in the underground facility. Exhausted and battered, they realized that they had narrowly escaped the clutches of annihilation. The realization of their actions and the magnitude of their naivety washed over them, leaving them scarred and forever changed. The crew made a solemn vow to bury the dark secrets of Chernobyl deep within their souls, swearing never to speak of the horrors they had witnessed. They emerged from the exclusion zone, haunted by the twisted nightmares that would forever torment their minds. Unbeknownst to them, their actions had inadvertently set into motion a series of events that would alter the fabric of reality itself. Nyarlathotep, confined but not destroyed, bided its time, patiently awaiting the opportunity to once again cast its eldritch shadow upon the world. And so, the tale of the Chernobyl research crew would remain forever shrouded in silence, a chilling reminder of the unfathomable terrors that lurk just beyond the boundaries of our understanding.